remain to this day. Yeah.
That's lovely. That's beautiful. And would you say there are any other qualities that you've noted in each other that have developed over the years that you've drawn closer to? Anything new? I'm asking. Any new things that you've learned about each other that you find has matured over the years?
I think one of the things is that we have just learned to trust each other more and more and more and more and more, and just to give each other the benefit of the doubt. And if there are any issues, we can raise it. Yeah, we have conflicts. We have been to counselors. We are in counseling ourselves, and we have benefited from counseling. So we just recognize that we are people in process, and we are still. God is not through with us yet, and that we can contribute to each other's development, and we can seek outside help for our own development and to enrich our own marriage.
Wonderful. All right. So, in terms of what you could say the Bible teaches about marriage, right? There's a view that marriage it's less about making each other happy and more about making each other holy, right? Or marriage is intended to make individuals holy. What say you on that view? Do you agree? Do you disagree?
Well, I think we're talking about it earlier, and I think God wants us to be happy and holy.
Okay.
You know,
Well, maybe you can define for us too. I mean, you both are going to be telling us a little bit more about happiness, and so I'm sure you define happy for us as well. But how do you define holy? What is that?
I think the whole concept of holiness is right living before God, and the whole thought of happy versus holy is that sometimes in marriage the going gets rough. It is really difficult. It could be difficult because of financial reverses. It could be difficult because of health. But suppose you're going through one of those challenges. It is not about smiling all the time and being on top of the world. It is about being in the trenches and being there for better or for worse. And even though it feels like worse now, we are going to stick to it. We are going to allow God to make us become the best that we can be, even though this is a challenging time. We're not going to bail out on each other because this is a challenging time. We're going to ride it through. We're going to pray it through. We're going to fast it through.
I think the holiness part of it is really just saying, as a result of the union between Faith and I have become a better man of God. She has helped to be able to give me her perspective, a godly woman's perspective on several things, to be able to help guide me. And Faith as an eye, or wives I think generally have an eye to be able to see danger and to be able to say, Donovan, be careful how you deal with that, and be careful you deal with that. This person may be careful here, those kind of stuff. So there's as a guide and a protection. And even our own work as counselors, there are times when I'm dealing with females and I really believe, I'd rather refer this case to my wife rather than deal with it. And so to be able to just make sure that the relationships are kept checked and appropriate. But we really want to root for holiness and happiness. We want to get to people who are holy and people who are happy in marriage. It doesn't have to be one or the other.
Okay.
We want to see both things happen. Be ye holy as individuals, as I am holy, saith the Lord. And God's desire is that we be happy, experience that shalom, that peace, that contentment, that prosperity, that fulfillment, that well-being in the context of marriage and life.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. All right. So people don't need to think of it as choosing one over the other. It's about pursuing both.
We would root for that.
Yeah.
Yes. It is pursuing both, but there is a marriage. Marriage sometimes has its ups and its downs. Okay? So when things are up, it is much easier to be happy and holy.
Right.
When things are down, sometimes the communication gets muddied.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't feel comfortable. So when things are down and you might not be feeling happy,
Or
you can choose to hold on. So that is what I want to say, because in those times when things are low, you might not feel but you can choose to say, for better or for worse,
I'm holding on.
I am going to hold on.
Right.
I am going to pray this through until God breaks whatever is going on. I am going to hold on.
How did having children, that new element of life, how did that affect
Change
your
things?
marriage or
Fine.
change
That's
your
a great question. Very good